Hello, we are on the cusp of 2024, which sounds fake, eminently fake, but here we are. So, in light of that, I'm gonna play a little. Oh, hang on, you probably just heard that Windows noise. Let me disable the desktop sound. There we go. Sorry. I'm gonna play a little Fizzero and just chill for a little bit. You know, last stream of the new year, or the old year, yeah. So might as well just do something laid back. Boy, I almost have 100 tickets, huh? You get a lot from playing classic mode. So I don't know if anyone currently watching, because I did just start streaming, has this game and or is interested in playing, but I am going to pop into this, the Frozen Night League at 210, so, you know, why not? I'm going to try not to explode or rank out like last time I streamed this, but no promises. If I go, it better be funny. That's all I want. Also, as before, if anyone sees any good names and I miss it, please point them out to me. I love the names. There's me! No, Sonic. Yes, Sonic. I hope folks are doing well today and that you're having a nice weekend so far. I've not done a whole lot today. I got up early, fed the cat, went back to bed for a little bit, such decadence, but then I ran some errands and had a cup of coffee with my dad and had a Danish. That's been my day so far. Well, I tried drawing for a little bit earlier too. I wish I had something to show for it. But I have to be careful with my wrist, so I can't go too overboard. Maybe I should do some kind of like a drawing meme on Twitter. Like, you know, give me a character and I'll draw them, but more specific than that. All the VR extra missions in Metal Gear Solid 2. So what have you thought of Metal Gear Solid 2 so far? I think I already shared my thoughts in a previous F-Zero stream, and that I enjoy the story of Metal Gear Solid 2, but I also came into it late versus, you know, a fan who might have been fresher from Metal Gear Solid when it was initially released. So I wasn't, you know, hit with that Raiden shock like maybe a lot of people were. So I didn't go into it thinking like, but I wanted to play as Snake. Who is this blonde man who is not nearly gruff or grizzled and seems to be having a much worse time of things all in all. I don't know why it was hard to say that. Wait, I gotta put a timer on the hydrate routines. Thank you. I will do that after this race. I think for obvious reasons, I'm not going to try and sneak a sippy in my water while I'm driving. Much like if you were driving an actual vehicle. Maybe you don't sneak a sippy while you're driving down traffic. Now, granted, I don't have a driver's license, and real traffic may not be quite as chaotic as this, but then I've heard some horror stories about rush hour, so who knows? Yeah, don't drink and drive, regardless of the substance. Not just alcohol, but, you know, a latte, whatever. 6 hydrate. So wait, how much liquid is 1 hydrate worth, I wonder? What is the ratio here? How many waters do I have to chug? 6 liters. Okay, if I could get a skyway before the end, that would be great, but I don't think I'm going to. Maybe give me those corn pops. I'm going to. Maybe. I just need like 1 more. 2 more. Oh, of course. Yeah, late skyway, but I'll take it. And I don't think I beat a single rival. Okay, let me hydrate here. Ugh. Rip. There goes my bar. Ooh. But I have done a sippy. Thank you. Well, might as well creep in all the names. Of course, yeah, my rivals first, second, third. That's typical. Bruh. Yeah, that's how I feel, bruh. What do you got? I wonder if Toy it means something in another language. I don't know. Was that person named Falafel? No, I thought I saw someone named Falafel and I got excited. I love the food names. I mean, I guess there's herbs and spices, or herbs, depending on where you're from. But here it is, herbs. Surge caster. Where have I heard that term? I feel like I've heard that term in relation to some RPG, but I can't think of what. Maybe I'm thinking about, gosh, what is it? What is the thing that red mages do in Final Fantasy XIV? A double cast or something. Like, their whole kit is focused around, how if you cast one spell, then your next spell will have an instant cast time. So you can use that to mitigate the long cast times of some more powerful spells, I think. Procaster. It's been a while. And I didn't play Red Mage very much. I tried it for a bit. It was an interesting rotation, but I don't know, I like White Mage. I want to decide who lives and who dies. And I just liked its more active role in dungeon running. No, I don't know why I torture myself like that. That's not the Final Fantasy turn. I want to say it's double cast, but I don't know if that's the one for Red Mage specifically. I know it's going to haunt me, but I'm not going to look it up. Like, do you ever get stubborn in the sense where you're trying to remember something and you know, like, well, I could just look it up, but I want to try and remember it. Sometimes I get stubborn in that way. Like, no, I got this, coach. I got this. Put me in. Bumpus, please. Bumpus, get out of my way. Okay. Just give me the Skyway. I didn't think I should have boosted there, but I'm gonna keep the Skyway a bit. Try and use it on the last slap. Okay, cool. Thanks, Yin Yang. Well, I know which of the two you embody. What a jerk. Do I hold it against them? Absolutely not. This is F-Zero 99. You gotta shove. No mercy. What did I use back in my Ustream days? It might have... Man, was it OBS? I don't recall. Well, where do you come from on the Skyway? Stop it. Oh, 5th is still pretty good. Just let me beat my rivals, please. Good enough. I'm gonna be real, I have had races where I've come in 5th, and 1 to 4 is a rival. Okay, let me see. Names. Dual cast, thank you! That was it. I'm glad none of my rivals crashed out. It doesn't feel right if they crash out. Yeah, I've never used Procaster. What do people even use these days? Like, I know there's OBS, and what is the other one? XSplit? I think those are the big ones. Double magic. The W magic. Oh, that's because in Japanese the W, the letter, is often used to mean double something because of how you say it, you know, W. So if you see a Japanese term that uses the letter, like the Roman character, the Latin character W, that's probably what it means, is double something. Like, I think the double cast materia in Final Fantasy VII is W magic. I don't know if people still use XSplit, maybe. I don't know what other people use. I am not on the cusp of streaming culture, as you may have noticed. I am kind of a hermit. Also, I'm shy. I think the W for double is cute. It's kind of a fun little... It's not really a localization, it's just... I don't know how people have come to use it in Japan. It's fun, I guess. Like, I'm trying to think of a fun equivalent in English, and I've got nothing. Oop. Excuse me, excuse me. Skyway, heck it. Just get rid of these annoying... Get past these annoying parts. Oh. Good. Good. Oh, thanks, Fabricio. Thank you. Fabricio? You know, ribbing someone for shoving me into a wall is one thing, but I don't want to get their name wrong. My policies, you know, don't make fun of someone's name. Yun Yang, you again. But if I shoved you into a bump, huh? I wouldn't. You're in a wild goose. I would lose. Oh, please. Okay, don't boost around this corner. Because I'm a little low on health. Polite trash talk. Exactly. About as heated gamer moment as I'm ever gonna get. I'm too nice. I'm too nice to be a real gamer on Twitch.tv. G-Mori, where's your bloodlust? Oh, it's there. Trust me, it's there. Oh boy, that is like a row of bumpers. Whoa! You know what that little line of bumpers was like? Have you ever walking somewhere like down the sidewalk or down a hallway, and there's a group of people in front of you, all in a line, like they're chatting with each other. My cat is on the desk, buddy, don't. And you can't get past them. And they're all walking slow, and they're all closely knitted together, so you can't get past them. I don't think I'm capable of having a heated gamer moment. If I was gonna have one, it would have been then. Oh well. But yeah, that's what those bumpers feel like. Only you don't explode if you crash into people who are like blocking. My cat is going behind the desk. Get off, buddy. Okay, there we go. Sorry, my cat was trying to climb behind the computer monitor. Anyway, I'm gonna pop into a regular race at 10:35. So you know, I don't know if anyone watching plays Fizzero, but I'm here. I'm gonna say the time anyway. Boop. Hello, welcome! Roses are red, violets are blue. Daily race is full of crash outs and explosions. It's a crippling addiction, I feel that. Do you also play Tim? Megasnick? Whatever you prefer to be called, please let me know. I hope so. I like meeting other people who may have a problem with this game. Also, I saw a name, Shy Duck. That's cute. That's like a convergent evolution to Psyduck, I feel. Like I don't know, the Galarian Psyduck or something. Just has debilitating social anxiety. Which maybe the headache is preferable at that point. Oh, you're working, boo. Oh, Psyduck is my rival. It's like destiny. At least one of the fun names I see will be a rival. You haven't played this one, but you really like GX. Good taste. I have not played much GX. I've only rented it. But I think it's a cool game. It is also really hard. I will never forget my brother and I trying to beat the second mission in story mode. The race against Samurai Goro. The second one. Cripes. The rubber banding. The rocks that always get in your way. The big falling boulders. The large boulders the size of a small boulder. And yet he seems utterly unaffected by them. But then, is it really F-Zero without intense rubber banding? Tim or Mega Snake is fine. Wonderful. Also, hello, Rusty Choir. I meant to say hello proper. You know, that is true. I have seen a lot of Tims in this game. In fact, I remember playing with a friend, and we were, you know, talking about the names we were encountering, and I was joking how I'd seen several Tims just in that one afternoon. It was the Tim Extended Universe. Oh, I wanted that KO. He drove into a bump. I understand. You can't fire me, I quit. I too love perfectly circular boulders. They're just eroded, smooth, from rolling down the mountain and into my vehicle. Like, the Blue Falcon is just a very expensive belt sander. Did you know? Hello, Shydog. I gotta ask Tim if you are a fellow fan of this. My cat just knocked something over. I'm very sorry if you heard that. I don't even know what it was. I just heard a thump. What is your favorite vehicle? I'm very curious. I'd like to know what people enjoy racing with. Well, that wasn't spectacular at all. I just beat one rival, please. That's all I want. Good enough. My bar no longer has a chunk taken out of it. Take it. Dim sum. I've never actually gotten to try dim sum. Someday, that will be fun. I'll have to find a good dim sum place, though. Oh, Shida crashed out. I'm sorry. Also, that person named Micketing makes me think they are picketing Disney, which, good. Carry on. Okay, I'm gonna pop into a race at 6:20, so... Also, belatedly, well done on being an S20 pilot, Tim. It takes a lot of chutzpah. A lot of persistence. You know, while I'm thinking about it, since there's someone else here who's S20, do you feel like getting from S to the S numbers takes longer? Like S to S plus, but then after it's faster? I'm going by my recollection, but I have a friend. Crash Me! Crash Me is here! I have a friend who's been an S and was saying, like, it seems to take a while. Koopa Pons, yeah. I don't disagree, especially if you mean Bowser. Golden Fox mainly, because it suits your extremely risky playstyle. Good. I think the Golden Fox was the first one I kind of gravitated to once I really got the hang of this game, because I drive like a maniac. I drive a bit less like a maniac now, after getting into the Stingray and sort of teaching myself to be more thoughtful about my boosts. But the Golden Fox is the perfect vehicle for driving like a maniac. You either do really well or you explode. The adrenaline, the rush. I see that a lot with other high-level Golden Fox players as well. They either do really well or they crash out very quickly. Like, if you've ever tried to spectate other people or just watch YouTube videos of people, like, say, scoring a perfect 1,000 on a Grand Prix. Hi, Crash Me! It's always in the Golden Fox. And they play super aggressively, like almost always boosting. And oftentimes at the end of the first lap, you'll see them get to the pit and their vehicle is already smoking on the cusp of detonation. So it's very high risk, high reward. And I don't mean smoking like your health is a little low. I mean somebody will gently sneeze on your vehicle and it will fall apart. Which is very fun to watch, but man, just the risk of pulling off such a maneuver. I'm too much of a filthy coward. Even taking some of the shortcuts, I guess for lack of a better word, like in Red Canyon, just I get hesitant. Just doing those jumps, because it can go so wrong so fast. Excuse me. Although, you know what, as a consequence of, you know, like learning the Stingray and the Falcon and other vehicles that require you to be a little more thoughtful, I find I don't approach the Fox with enough manic energy like I ought now. My cat is back on the desk, buddy. Please, please not now. Okay, I think he heard my pleas and he hopped off. I'm just afraid he's going to see these colorful little vehicles and think, oh, for me? For me? And then try and bap. Well, we don't want to know what happens when the cat baps. Man, there's so many people whose vehicles are smoking. It said KO for me? I guess I'm no better than my cat. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I love that late Skyway, last second Skyway. You exploded, no! Crush me, no! I will avenge you, or I'll pay for repairs, I guess. Sometimes I gotta stop and think about just the economy in the F-Zero world, and how expensive it must be to replace vehicles with the rate that everyone explodes. Oh no. Wazamashingo! My rival in 87th also exploded. We will avenge you, crush me. Okay. I'm gonna do another race here at 2 minutes. Why not? And then, ooh, the Queen League is coming up. Oh, my lucky rank's already, but I will wait. I'll do another race first. Usually I start by going through all 4 vehicles for the purpose of my lucky ranks. But I've already gotten all 5. But let's be the goose anyway. Why not? For symmetry. Crush me. Hello. Mega Snake, is that you, Tim? It's a very nice golden fox. I feel like the green and yellow feels on brand, but Mori, you've just made their acquaintance, I know, but their name in chat is that same shade of green. I do like Baby Park, but I also like Red Canyon. What I really want is for someone in chat to be a rival, and that's the dream. It is you, wonderful, good luck. Ganbatte. Bon chance. I've forgotten all my other languages. Crazy Kong is like the black sheep of the Kong family. Of course, final boss is in the league, of course. Now the true test, not getting distracted by all the names. Oh, I don't like doing that shortcut. I'm too much of a coward. Have I won on Red Canyon before? I won on Red Canyon 2 in classic mode, but I think my best might be second. Well, gee, Maury, maybe if you weren't a coward, and you tried doing the big shortcut. Oh, no, I'm a coward. The fear of crashing out is too real. Hey ho. That name I've seen before, hey ho. Makes me think of one of Luigi's little voice clips in Luigi's Mansion 3. It's just, hey ho. That's a cute game. You should try it. Okay, good Skyway. Okay. Yeah, good. Hit the walls. Hit the walls. Didn't need this paint job anyway. Oh, Tim, you just beat me. Well done. At least I think so. I'm pretty sure you did. And I beat my rivals. Woohoo! Slowly rebuilding that bar. Gosh, yeah, that was really close, too. Only a fraction of a second. Well done. Well done to you, too, Crush Me. Everyone here is so strong. I feel like... Bye! I feel like whenever I see people stream this game, they're either... You know, like, they're playing it just as, like, a funsies, like, you know, 1 or 2 off thing, and they're not serious about it, or they're S20 and really good. No middle ground. Taito, hello! I mean, Saturday is a great time for an epic nap, as you say. Where all the sparks be at? Where my corn pops? Okay, I'm gonna pop into the Queen League at, I'm gonna do 750. So, it's alright, my cat is like digging into a bag. He's got, as people say, the zoomies. I like to call it silly time. Sorry if you see me looking to the side. Cat problems. Yeah, heck it, Stingray. Maybe someday I'll get the gold Stingray. Katie Scary. That's how I feel about hearing Katy Perry. There's Mega Snake, there's Tim, hello. And Crush Me is here, wonderful. Yuki Daruma, snowman. That's cute. Blue Net. Oh, there's like a throwback? I can't say it's a throwback. I'm sure people still use that term when they're new to writing fan fiction and they use way too many adjectives. You know, when amateur writers... Crush Me is my rival, yay! When amateur writers use too many epithets for when a character is speaking as opposed to just like Maury said, you know, it'll be the Blue Net said. You know, assuming I had blue hair. Good luck to you too. Good luck, have fun. Get out of here, Katy Perry. Katy Scary. As always, no shade. No shade. But her music is not my thing. You tend to take my naps, or your naps, during my main streams, where I hope I'm not napping on stream. I mean, there was that one time when I was streaming Ocarina of Time that I dozed off and slept through the alarm I'd set. It was like half an hour late. I have nightmares about that sort of thing sometimes. Sometimes I have weird dreams, and sometimes I have dreams about streaming. And usually something goes awry. This is my fun hobby. I need stress dreams about it. Okay, Skyway, over the donut. I don't know what people call this roundabout, but for me, always and forever, it's the donut. Which I'm sure I say every stream, but whatever. You got a time clock, like morning Taito, morning Andorra. You're like, gosh, what are their names in those Looney Tunes cartoons? Sam the sheepdog and Ralph the wolf, who is most certainly not like a palette swap of Wile E. Coyote. What are you talking about? I was never big on those cartoons just on their own, but conceptually. Ooh, ooh. Echo the dolphin. Goodbye. Conceptually. Also, boy, I'm really lagging behind. This is a little silly. I like the concept of, you know, a sheepdog and a wolf just, you know, they're nothing personal. This is just a job. It's fun, I think. Good enough. That's what you were thinking of too. I'm so glad. Oh, well done. Crush me. And I've beaten everyone else, so I am content. As long as my bar doesn't drop. Wow, second. Omedetou. Beaten only by Michi. Tim got 5th. Very well done. Someone's fanfiction got 7. I don't really read fanfiction very often. And when I do, I'm pretty choosy, so I haven't encountered... Guadalupe is a cool name. I haven't encountered, Sorry, I just, Ben. I haven't encountered stuff like Blue Net in a very long time, but... My voice is lulled Jolene to sleep. I'm the cat whisperer. Can I work on my cat while he's having silly time? Dead. Food cities are tough. I feel like some other tracks you can, I guess coast isn't the word, but kind of coast on driving ability. like the tougher ones, just because people are more likely to crash out. But I think you need to be a lot more precise on Mute City because it's a more accessible track, if that makes sense. It's not like, say, Port Town 2 or Red Canyon 2, which are tougher to navigate. So you just gotta be on point. Maybe hope you get a lucky KO or two in there. Get those corn pops. And I have to really not look at chat while I'm driving. That, I think, is the hardest part, is not looking at the chat. Excuse me. Let's go like... I used that Skyway a little too soon, actually. Oh well. Nope. I wonder if it would be more advantageous when one is piloting a vehicle like the Stingray or the Goose, where you don't really boost as much compared to the Falcon or especially the Fox. It's better to, hang on to the Skyway. Because, like, say if I get the Skyway as the Fox, I'm probably going to use it right away because I can't boost while I have it stored up. So I might as well just use it so I can continue to boost because the Fox is not fast enough to keep up otherwise. Maybe saving it for longer with the Stingray or the Goose would be more sensible. Excuse me, everybody. Pardon. Cool. Everything you know about fan fictions comes from My Immortal, which I have heard of, and The Adventures of Light and Dark Yagami, which I have not heard of. Good job, Tim. And Crush Me is here too. None of my rivals exploded, right? Okay, good. Skyway deposited you onto a red bumper. Oh, I hate it when it does that. The betrayal. You know what? It's usually Big Blue where the Skyway betrays me and will dump me on a bump, or kind of near the end, like the second last turn of Big Blue. So not the turn by the slipway, but the turn before that. And how the Skyway will go across the water there. I've had the Skyway dump me just before that turn, so I think I'm gonna go across the water. But I don't, so I'm angled towards the wall when I drop off the Skyway. It hasn't happened in a while because I'm a little better about, like, no, don't use the Skyway where I'm going to get beans by it. But still, the trust has been shattered. I gotta say, the other F-Zero99 players that I have encountered, like through stream, YouTube, whatever, or that I've played with on their streams, have always been so pleasantly chill, which I'm really glad for. It's the kind of, I feel like any game, there's always the fear that there's a group of people out there, especially if they stream it, get really, what is the term I want to use, sweaty about it? Very competitive, let's say, which is not a bad thing, but, as someone who's, I think, a lot more laissez-faire about it, I want a dead bumper KO, I would feel out of place. But as I said before, there's something about this game, despite its difficulty, that feels very zen to me, in a sense, because the races are so quick and silly, and it's a big old death race. It's really easy to explode. It's over the top. They're quick, so if you blow up, meh, it's not really a big deal. And there's something heartening about, even I'll see really good players wipe out and hit bumpers and crash out early and explode. And it's like the great equalizer. The red bumpers are the great equalizer. Tim, you won! Omedetou gozaimasu! Congratulations. Oh, posture check. Thank you, Kabotoko. Oh, I beat the fanfiction hair color. Good enough. Oh, big stretchy. Skyway being depositing you onto a bumper. True, certified true combo special. Ain't that the truth? Very well done. Blug. Yeah, I feel that a lot of the time. Blug. See, now I don't know where my cat is and I'm suspicious. The dude, like the dude from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Blue Lion's best house, by the way. I know once, I think it was during one of my Paolusa streams, so good job missing the zip me, that's not good. Fire Emblem Three Houses came up. I was the only one who thought Blue Lion's best house. Apparently, Blue Lion's best house is not a popular opinion. Everybody's always about the deer. Sometimes the Black Eagles. Blue Lion's best house, I will adamantly maintain this. I do concede, though, that Golden Deer does have Hilda, and Hilda's very good. Okay, there we go. Problem with the Stingray is that if you get off to a bad start, it can be kind of hard to recover. So missing that zipper during the initial spurt may have been ruinous, but I have this Skyway, so I'll pray I'm okay. Excuse me. I feel a little pang of fear going over that last jump there because I've been shoved off the track in that spot before. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes! Oh, Cesar Raul. That's a really cool name. I feel kind of bad now. But you know what? Blowing them up just meant we could all appreciate that person's cool name and their last fleeting moments. Oh boy. Alright. Sorry, Chris. Sorry your name isn't as cool as Cesar Raul. Maybe because I'm used to Chris. Maybe if you live in a place where a name like Cesar Raul is common, that Chris sounds cooler. No rioting in chat. Blue Lion's best house will not be swayed. Everybody still okay? Crush Me still here? Wow. Second and third. Azusa Nigo is the one to beat. From your experience, Black Eagles tend to be most popular. Lions and Deer duke it out for second. I feel like Lions... Deer and Eagles duke it out for first. And then nobody likes Blue Lions except me. In my very insular bubble. You know, I should watch videos of people doing the time trial on this course. So I can see the best approach for getting past these awful turns. Because I've never really figured out a good way to do it except just take the damage. I've tried going fully around them, and then that just feels slow, and it feels like boosting over them, or cutting over them and then boosting afterwards to make up for the huge loss in speed works better, but it doesn't look good. And it's definitely not a good fit for the Stingray. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm being spectated. Hello, whomever is watching. I mean, I guess it's everyone in chat. Oh, they left. I made them self-conscious. Understand. Oh, jeez. It's Tim coming up in the lead. Well, he's not really coming up. He's already gone. He's up there. Okay, yeah, even Tim cuts across. Thanks, Bumper. Thank you for your contribution, Bumper. You have enriched my experience, Red Bumper. Thanks. Mishi, the person in front of me, is called. Oh, that was a very ugly turn. That was also a very ugly turn. If you don't hit a red bump. Just don't hit a red bump. Just make it to the end. Is that not what we all want in the end? Whoa, crush me. No. Whoa. Excuse me. Excuse me, I have been crushed. Excuse. Well done. Well, I'm pretty sure Tim is going to get second overall. But Azusa Nigo is probably top overall. Oh, thank you. Whiteland 2 is tough. Just getting to Whiteland 2, I think, is tough. As I've said before, this is a difficult game, especially if you're just starting out. So, don't get discouraged if you blow up. Just surviving is impressive. Well, congratulations to both Mega Snake and Crush Me. Well done. Now, if only Azusa-san was in here as well. Nice falcons, too. People just see pretty white hair strong lady and go best house. Edelgard seems cool, though. Well done. Ooh, classic. Hang on, before I do anything there, I gotta check my ranks. How do I know they aren't? Wow, really? Really? Wow. Oh, man, that's so sad. Nothing? Come on, can't I just, like, change that 11 to a 10? Come on. You're trying to learn Falcon since it's the only machine you haven't won a GP with. I've seen some people say they feel the Falcon is mediocre just because it doesn't have any strengths like the other vehicles, but I think the fact it doesn't have any glaring weaknesses either. I've had a friend describe it as the Mario of vehicles, but you know, I'm fond of it. It's reliable. You played the Falcon because of the pull you made. What do you usually use? Also, I'm gonna try Classic at 10, or sorry, at 950. 950. So, no guarantee I'll get in the same match as everyone. Just, you know, because it's 20 people only, but you never know. When I very first started playing this game, I was recommended the Goose because it's a good starting vehicle. What with how sturdy it is, so it's good for learning the courses, and it's not as ruinous. Crash Me is here. It's not as ruinous as if you get shoved around. But then, after I developed the habit of driving like a maniac, I realized, oh, the Fox suits my play style. And then I realized I'm crashing out too much. I need to learn to dial it back a little bit, maybe. And then I picked up the Stingray, because it teaches you to be a little more judicious with your boosting. Hello, Crash Me and Conky's Bad Fur Day. Yeah, that's true. A Falcon isn't bad, but the other machines specialize in specific playstyles, so I think they enhance certain playstyles a lot more, like driving like a maniac with the Fox. Ugh, mint kimchi, ugh. Just the visceral, ugh. This is like the other day, Kapotoko, when you brought up there were mint Skittles at one point. Now, granted, I'm sure people are probably on board with the thought of mint Skittles far more than mint kimchi. You know what? Maybe mint kimchi will work. I don't know. But I don't like mint. And I have not had much kimchi. So I'm not super fond of kimchi, but I also haven't had a lot of it. It just tends to be a little too spicy for me. Like, I like some heat. But, oh, good. I don't like really overwhelming heat. I'm gonna use my boost there. That would have been smarter. Oh well. We're here now. Castor love, like castor oil? What I should be wondering is what would compel someone to name themselves mint kimchi? Maybe it'll work. I don't know. Could you even ferment mint? Would that work? Or would it just kind of fall apart? Because I mean, oh, mint kimchi ranked out. Well, I guess we're free of that debate. Like, speaking as someone who cooks a lot, generally you'd only add fresh herbs at the end of the cooking process, because otherwise they'll kind of break down and you'll lose their flavor. But if you're fermenting it, why am I still thinking about this? First I bring up how no one likes blue lions, and now I'm not slamming mint Skittles. I would not slam them into my mouth, but I'm not slamming them. Also very well done. Okay. Oh, Conky's bad fur day. No. I'm sorry, Conky. You could make non-spicy kimchi, that's true. Would it be the same though? I don't know. Maybe I just need to try more varieties of kimchi. You know what it is that I don't get to eat Korean food very often. I gotta find a good Korean restaurant. Okay, I'm gonna pop into one at 5:40. So, you know what I really want is bibimbap, which I could try making at home, but it wouldn't be the same because you need that stone bowl it's served in because it kind of crisps up the rice at the bottom. Super good. Anyway, it's fun to say bibimbap. Fresh Me is back, yahoo! Zentember, hello! Is classic machine handling identical? I would say yes. That said, it definitely feels a little faster. But that just might be a trick because of the different resolution and draw distance, so it feels faster. I'm fairly certain that your boost is more effective in classic mode to make up for the fact that you only get one per lap. But this is just going by gut feeling. I haven't looked at the numbers. Hi, Crush Me. I like your shiny Stingray. But the colors for winning a Grand Prix really are the best, aren't they? That's why I like my sparkly gold Falcon. Just the gold and white and blue. It's appealing to look at. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. There's a Ninja Turtle in front of me. Or I guess a Renaissance painter, sculptor, man of the arts. You can't really pigeonhole Leonardo da Vinci. Didn't really want to use the boost there, but yeah. Kind of like using it around the last turn instead. I really want bibimbap, which I've not had in forever. I'm kind of a baby though. The times I've ordered it, I've asked for the gochujang. I think is what the hot sauce is called. I've asked for it on the side. I'm a baby. I like some heats, but again, I'm not good with like really potent chili flavor. Dang bumps. Jeez. Jeez. Whoop. Excuse me. Maybe I should have used that over the gravel. Oh well. That's still pretty good. Some gums prefer not to suffer, huh? That's a good way of thinking about it. Couple good Korean places in Lexington, but you rarely went. Is there anything good near where you're living now? In Iowa, yeah? A new best rank. Well, there we go. Cool. Zen Timber's also very good. I wouldn't be surprised if you've seen them around. I'm kind of surprised at, you know, just the rivals that I've gotten to say hello to now, thanks to streaming this or putting the VODs on YouTube. It's really nice. I said before, but when I see a name I recognize, I'm imagining, please imagine me sticking my hand out the car window and waving, like, hello. Hang on. Hello, I remember you. Anyway, 145, another classic race. A great diner, and it's good but not the same as a good Cajun place. There's another type of food I don't get to have very often. Oh, you found me because I put it on YouTube. I'm really glad. I'm kind of surprised. Maybe it doesn't mean much as a small streamer. Landy, it's a good name. But just, I've gotten a lot of views, like a surprising amount of views for me, by my standards, on my F-099 stuff. So, that's nice. I'm kind of surprised, I guess, just because I don't play this game, I guess, competitively, seriously. I don't know what the word is, like, consistently. Like, you know, I play it a lot, but I don't stream it often, just every once in a while, because it's fun. And then I see people that do Zen Temper and Crush Me, heck yeah. But you know, like I see people that do, and they're all S20, you know, and winning a lot. And I'm like, gosh, I feel like such a scrub. And then me, another version of me, is gently gripping my shoulders and going, Mari, you're S20. You are the highest achievable rank in this game. You are not a scrub. Please. Hello, Zentember. Damaging my paint job, my beautiful sparkly gold falcon paint job. It's okay, it's probably like gold leaf. It's cheap. These car parts would have to be cheap to replace. You know, thinking about Cajun food, I was thinking about making, like, jambalaya the other week. I was looking for stuff to make in the slow cooker, and I was briefly looking at a jambalaya recipe. Maybe I'll have to do that some point next week. Instead of jambalaya, I wound up making a Thai dish called swimming rama, which my dad really likes. It's very rich. It's very good, though. Not the kind of thing I could eat much of, because it's made with, in parts, peanut butter and coconut milk or coconut cream, which is just the really thick, creamy stuff. So very, very little water, just lots of... Ooh, I should have boosted there. Lots of richness in there. And then with chicken or pork, spinach, it's really good, but again, very rich. And might need some stuff you don't have handy in your pantry if you don't cook Thai food often. Specifically, red curry paste and fish sauce. Although I think fish sauce is good to keep around anyway, not just for Thai food, because it adds a nice savory depth to stuff. Nope, I'm only gonna beat one rival, but that's good enough. F-099 is fun. You know what else is fun? Raid Shadow Legends. Oh no. Oh no, Zentember, no. No, I'm sorry. But as I said, this game is hard. And even the best of the best will eat it. There is no shame. only the cost of replacement parts. Maybe they aren't super cheap, but the people pay so much for the tickets to go see pilots crash and burn after going 500 kilometers per hour that it pays itself. You know what? You're probably right. Anyway, I'm gonna do the Frozen Night League at 7:40, 7:40. So maybe I should make some jambalaya then. Oh yeah, and the merch. What merch would they sell? Like Captain Falcon bobbleheads? Samurai Goro body pillow. Isn't one of the pilot bios in F-Zero GX? Because all the pilots have involved biographies. I feel like one of them has a thing for Samurai Goro, but I don't remember her name. Or if I'm just misremembering. F-Zero pilots are just normal people trying to get to work on time. The future is wild. Oh man. Rush hour traffic, am I right? Is rush hour better or worse if you can shove tailgaters into exploding vehicles? I feel like just one of the pilots in GX had a thing for Samurai Goro, like it says in her bio. But I don't remember who. Whomst. Also, hello, Claire. Oh, Zentember's right here. Hello, Zentember. You know, I get distracted by names. I get extra distracted by names in Japanese because I want to know what they say. Like that rival, Mach-in. Like Mach, M-A-C-H maybe? I don't know what the "in" would be though. And then dragon equals Ri. Doragon Ri is the one at the very front. It killed Kenny. That's low-hanging fruit. Yeah, I get Skyway. If I was smart, I would have used the Skyway a little later so I could get around that last turn. But that's okay. Oh, one of my rivals was smoking back there. Oh well. If I really felt petty, I'd slam on the brakes. But no. But my brother said he's seen like a clip of someone playing this game and someone behind them was smoking, so they like slammed on the, well, they slowed down just so they could get them. Oh boy, that was ugly. That was ugly. Ooh. Serial killer. Oh, nice Kayla's in timber. Ooh, ooh, yeah. And it takes me around the last curve. Oh, nice. You didn't make it? No. I assume you mean you didn't make it in the Grand Prix, and not that you exploded. I hope not. If you were in a different parallel Grand Prix, good luck to you. Of course, second and third. Number 18, Oshigoto yametai yo. I want to quit my job. That's a really good name. Bazaka Layli, I guess? Reiri? Oh, I thought their name was PK Killjoy, and I thought that's SNES's new move. When I play Earthbound, it's gonna be PK Killjoy. Oh, arigato. I've been learning Japanese off and on for a while, but I don't really have a chance to use it. Nihongo ga hanasemasu ka? Can you speak it? Oh, good, serial killer. Per Google, Samurai Goro was married in the anime adaptation. Really? Well, he does have a son. I guess that tracks. If he was married, hopefully his spouse loves him. You don't but watch anime. I mean, I think that's still a way to... Oh, good job going over the zipper. I think it's still a good way to pick up bits and pieces. I mean, even if you only watch anime here and there, if it's subtitled, I wouldn't be surprised if you know, just happen to know a couple words that you don't think about, but have been ingrained in your minds. Like, I'm sure every anime fan knows kawaii, desu ne, or kakoi, or nandato, or, sorry, I'm distracted by Crumpzilla. Omae wa mou shindeiru. You are already dead. Uso! Nani? Sorry, I'm gonna get kicked out of my own stream for terrible Japanese. I'm sorry. Sumimasen. I think, like, I study it off and on. The problem is I don't really get to use it. I'd love to use it. Good. Nice KO again, Zentember. I'd like to use it conversationally, but I don't really have the opportunity to do so. I'd love to travel to Japan, but I wouldn't want to go by myself. I feel like going to any like foreign country by oneself. Oh, okay, cool. That was kind of a mess, but I'll take that bump with KO. It's just not just for safety reasons, but also it would just be lonely not having anyone to share the experience with, you know? I mean, certainly going to Japan would be a good way to force myself to speak a little more conversationally and to hear spoken Japanese more. I get some corn pops. I would love a Skyway to make up for my sloppy driving. Give me the corn pops. Am I gonna get enough? I don't know if I'm gonna get enough. I don't think I'm gonna get enough, no. Someone's name is Aglet. A-G-L-E-T. Aglet, don't forget it. Well, I beat Serial Killer, good enough. You know basic Japanese, such as Ohayo gozaimasu, konnichiwa, arigato, kai no boken, and baka. That's all you really need, right? Is kai no boken. If you like animes in Timber, what do you like to watch? And, you know, that goes for anyone here. Oh, I'm with Oshigoto o yametayo. I mean, big same. Big same. Atashi mo. Mecha atashi mo. Actually, while I'm thinking about Japanese and F-Zero, I was playing this a couple days ago, and I kept having a rival with VT at the end of their name, and I thought, I wonder if they're a VTuber. So I had a little search between races, and I found them streaming live on YouTube. So Asa-san, if you ever see this, I doubt you will, but hello, yoroshiku. I spoke a little to them in the chat with my middling Japanese between races. It was very nice. They were super friendly. Again, the people I see streaming this game, very good, very chill, very nice. And I want to read chat, but also I probably should be careful because, you know, last time I was here in Sand Ocean, that wall of bumpers were not going to let me pass. Excuse. Mr. Dad. It's Mr. Dad to you. More like Mr. Dad. Dad. Oh man, no. I wanted to go over the loop. Don't dump me down here. Jeez. Corn pops. Oop. What a blessing it is if one is forced to be a lucky bumper. Well, not forced, I mean, you can quit. But if one gets to be a lucky bumper and they are deposited as such where they can get in the way on the pit, well, that's where the money is when you're a lucky bumper. You make people's lives miserable on the pit. It's been a hot minute since I've been a lucky bumper. But I still maintain you have to ruin the race for everyone else. Well, not ruin, but you know, for someone. Oop, oop, oop. Shove me into the bumps. I will shove myself, thank you. Oh boy, this is what I mean. This is the wall. Ooh, ooh, ooh! I want that KO, but I think Mason's gonna get away from me. Yeah, there they go. A resource I might like when I match with someone who's studying my language and vice versa. I've heard about that. Tandem. Oh yeah, Tandem. What is the context of I would have assumed they were from Vermont? Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen? I haven't seen that one yet. I've heard the manga in particular is good. I've also heard people say that it goes off the rails. I've heard also that like the studio animating Jujutsu Kaisen is suffering from some pretty bad crunch in season 2. I just know because there was this thing about like some of the animators and I think the director or something like tweeting about how crushing it was, despite the animation being really good. Oh, VT is in Vermont. Gosh, how about me? What have I watched recently? I can't think of what I've watched recently. Usually when people ask, what's some of your favorite anime? I say Azumanga Daioh, and then they look at me like I have 2 heads. Please, someone in this day and age, please, does anyone know Azumanga Daioh? If you're not familiar with it, really good. Same creator as Yotsuba, which does not have an anime, but is an excellent manga. Oh, good. Great. Well, that's not good. That doesn't bode well. Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei, which I haven't gotten to watch in forever because it's been in licensing limbo. Sailor Moon, I guess it's probably an obvious choice, but that was my gateway drug many years ago. I like Madoka Magica. Nice KO again, Zentember. Nope, okay, I gotta use this now. I'm lagging behind. It's not good. Thinking too hard about animes. Just like my Japanese animes. It's not really like a favorite per se, that I've only watched it through once, but there's a show that I will shill called Grand Belm. And it's very Madoka Magica-esque, but with little mini mechas instead. And the Maho Shoujo all fight each other. It's good. It's only I think 12 or 13 episodes, so it's not a big time commitment. I've heard of Hell's Paradise, Jigoku Raku. Boy, it's getting a little dicey here. I prefer not to rank out. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hopefully nobody like passes me in the skyway at the last second. We're okay. Is it the one with the country lady with a kitchen knife? You mean, if you mean Azumanga, the bit where Osaka tries to wake up her teacher, Miss Yukari, with a knife. Yes. That's the one. Anime probably wouldn't be the same without Azumanga Daioh. I think the manga and anime helped shape my sense of humor a little bit. So, speaking of Japanese animes, since I brought it up, you didn't know that line was in Metal Gear Solid and your mind blew when you saw that cutscene. Zentember, are you still in this? I think that's their Falcon up in the top right there. I hope. I think so. Up in the lead. Oh no, they're right here. They're on a Falcon. What am I saying? They're in a Fox. Foolish, Mari. Foolish. That's why every time I do the Frozen Night League and I get to silence and I get this moment of whiplash being like, Whiteland isn't in here. I hate that turn. I've navigated it smoothly with the Stingray before, but not today. Not today, cripes. It is a nasty corner, isn't it? But I mean, these are the tough tracks, so the corner's gotta be sick nasty. If you ain't suffering, you ain't racing. There we go. That's a little better. I kind of gotta use the brakes there, and I forget because you don't get to race on silence except for at the very end of the Night League. No, I needed that. So that's the good. The only way you'll get to experience it outside of doing it in practice mode, but you can't even do it in practice mode until you've at least reached it in the Night League. Oh, come on, Bumps. Come on. Bumps, please. Well, this is a travesty. This is a travesty. I should have gone for the corn pops, actually, instead of the recovery. Alas, someday I want to win on silence. What's that? What was that? I know how to play this game, I swear. Well, Mach-In already won the race. And I'm gonna get passed by every single rival. Yep. Rip my bar. You know what? I just want to live. I just want to live. Good enough. Explode and death win one, no. Baby Park gets vicious in the Night League. That's right, I finished. Racing is an allegory for life. You're here to suffer. Oh. Well done, Zentember. Well done, everyone here. 99 plus wins. Still terrifying. I think I only have 12. Well done on 6 Zentember. Made it all. Someday I'll win your Night League. Someday. So close. So close. Boy, 9 KOs. Boy, what was up with my bloodlust that day? Okay. I'm gonna do a regular race at 10:30. So, Adora, what did you think of the whole... I was gonna ask, the whole cutscene with, just like my Japanese animes, like, so you had no concept that was originally from Metal Gear Solid? It's gotta be, like, the Whiplash, because you would know the line, right? It's a rather infamous line. I think what really sticks with me about that line, aside from the fact that it just sounds funny, is, he says animes with an S, when it should be anime, but I think that just adds to the charm. You tried Otacon. Tetsuya is that second one, right? It's from Metal Gear Solid. Or Otacon himself goes just like one of my Japanese animes. That falcon to my left, oh, forgot what I was driving. His name Yakisoba. Distracted by the names again. Distracted by food again. I want yakisoba. I have some udon in the freezer. It's not really the same. I could make yaki udon, I suppose. I don't know if I could be bothered, though. But anyway, I've got a filling supper to look forward to. Yesterday I made some buttered chicken, kind of. I made it with chickpeas, so it's a vegetarian version of buttered chicken. Not that I'm a vegetarian or anything, but, well, it's cheaper, for one. I'm also just trying to get more vegetables into my dad's diet. You know what, I'm curious, for people here, so I think I don't know who new where near, hey, let me try that again. I don't know where new F-Zero friends are from, but I know a lot of the people here where I am familiar with where they are generally are from the States. Is chicken expensive where you are? right now where I am, chicken is really pricey. And even the air quotes, cheaper cuts, the supposedly cheaper, more affordable cuts, like chicken thighs, are really expensive. Like at some point in the last few years, I feel chicken thighs have become almost bougie in a way. And it, you know, it makes it harder to work with. Because I like using chicken for a protein. It's not too heavy. Oh, that's not good. I'm not really a red meat person, so I prefer not to use beef. You know what? I'm glad I did not KO Mikhail, whoever was in front of me. That person. I would have felt really bad. So how did I beat them? Didn't they cross the finish line in front of me? Oh well. Oh, we tied. Okay. Anyway, I would have felt bad, because it's just a standalone race. And there's no reason to KO someone right at the end, except blood. Min equal love, Kapotiko, I didn't know you had this game. Hello, Darth, how are you? Yeah, like ground chicken is a little cheaper, but it's still pretty pricey. Like, if I were to use, like, even ground or minced chicken, like, a pound of it is normally at the grocery store, like, $6.50, but if you buy 2 packs, it's $5.50 each, so I usually buy them in 2s and just freeze one. How was stream yesterday? It was really great. I beat all the post-game bosses in Mario RPG. And the music was great. I had a great time with it. I don't want to spoil stuff, but the true Ultra Final post-game boss was pretty cool. It was a long fight, too. Before I get too distracted, I am going to do a regular race at 5:50. So, if you want in, here's your chance. Okay, I gotta focus so I don't get distracted by chat. Okay, there we go. They got popularized by high-end chefs and now everyone wants them. Oh yeah, the fallout from avian flu, too. I'm sure that definitely contributed, but even then, Crush Me, hello again! Wow, Kitty Ying, Summit is like an old-school Goemon fan. Where's Dr. Yang? Ebisumaru. Yeah, price gouging, too. Alright, I got Crush Me and Zimtember. And King Lexus and Sanu Mako, I think, was their name. I'm so glad. Well, at least you realized you had the wrong machine, like, before you hit the accelerator. Not me boosting like I was still the Stingray. I'm trying to think... So here in Canada, our big grocery chains, or, okay, not Canada specifically, here where I am, we got Co-op and Safeway, and Sobeys, which I believe are owned by the same company, because their flyers are the same. And there's Save On Foods. I used to live near Save On Foods. And I'm sure there's other ones. I've also seen the like No Name brand is a thing here. All the boxes are like just bright yellow with a very basic black Arial font on them. Like the packaging is really minimalistic because they're like they're the no frills option. I think No Frills is what their grocery store chain is called. I've seen one of those in the city before. I don't live near it. I think those are the big ones. I usually shop at Sobeys these days, but yeah, they're... Well, I don't know what their prices are like compared to, say, Co-op, but Co-op is also pretty pricey, I think. If I wanted to, I could... There's a Co-op I could Oh, I could walk to it, but it would, I think, be like half an hour. That's not really worth it. There's also a safe way I could walk to, but I think that would be like 20 minutes. And again, probably not entirely worth it. Especially if I'm hauling groceries home. Don't hit the bumps. Dang, Zentember, I'm very impressed at your KO game. What is the trick to getting many a KO? Did I explode my vehicle as I crashed the finish line? Heck yes. Heck yes. You will have me know that Min equals love is a disciple of yours. They are not you. You share a common truth. Oh, yep, see, my vehicle just exploded. Oh, same with the 5th place vehicle, actually. Oh, yeah. Sanu Meiko. Our vehicles also exploded, bless. Well done, Crush Me and Zentember, on your victory. Omedetou. See what I mean? Everyone's so powerful. You'd like to report a murder on the track. It was Zentember for sure. Yeah, I see you, number 26. I see you. 39 is Dead Man. We've seen them before. 47 is just Andy, like the name Andy. Andy. Chidori is 63. Karubi. Susumu. I don't know if there are any of these are really funny. Oh, 89 is Espresso. Which I suppose they mean like the caffeinated beverage, but it's hard not to think of the ostrich. Hey, Andy, sweetie. Oh, boy. Someone rear-ended you and you KO'd them. Oh, that's convenient. I like it when that happens. See, I didn't get blood on my hands. I was innocent in this. They got their blood on me. I'm going to do a regular race at 40 seconds, and then we'll do the King League. Why not? Yeah, it's legally their fault. You are not culpable for whatever went on. This is how insurance works, right? Man, I'm jealous of that car, Crush Me. That sparkly fox. I love those colors. Baby Park. Baby Park. Woohoo. I like this Frozen event for many reasons. Oh good, you're both my rivals again. Yahoo. I like this event for many reasons, but partially because it removes some of the unrelenting dominance Mute City seems to have in the course selection. I don't have anything against Mute City, just real freaks vote for Sand Ocean. Oh, thank you. I need to get back into the Fox, honestly. It was sort of my first love after I got the hang of the game. And then I fell into the Stingray and then the Falcon, as I wanted to teach myself how to be skilled with every vehicle. But I do miss the Fox. I do miss driving like a maniac. Maybe that's what I should use for the King League. The first time I did the King League, it was with the Fox, and I did make it to the end. Firefield was a little rough, but I did it. The biggest thing from my initial King League experience was in the final lap of Firefield. I KO'd someone right near the end, and I felt really bad for them. Like they were, you know, you're gonna get your fancy car decal for finishing the King League. Nope, sorry. But in my defense, I needed, I needed that KO. I was not in good shape. Oh, thank you. Let's see this guy away for a little bit. Hopefully. DJ Disco. You know, that reminds me, Kapotoko. I meant to ask you because I saw it on your Game of the Year list. You mentioned Disco Elysium. I didn't actually know you played that. I was going to ask what you thought. I mean, I guess you technically already shared what you thought. But if you have any additional insights. Kim Kitsuragi, best character, right? I think that's what every Disco Elysium player can agree on, is that Kim is the best, objectively best character in that game. Ooh. We're good, it's fine. Well done on another victory, Zentember, wow. He fell into the knife 17 times, yet he crashed into my rear bumper 17 times, officer. Yeah, I knew you were... I knew a streamer you enjoy. Was it Pumpkin Wolf, I think, was playing it? I didn't know you were playing it alongside. That's pretty cool. 30 is Starfruit. Starhood, it's just seeing if there's any other good names. I like SNES NES. You know, back in the day, I called it the Super NES, but I kind of trained myself to say SNES or Super Nintendo because I'd never heard anyone else say Super NES. And I thought if I say Super NES while I'm streaming, I'm gonna get made fun of. Like, gee, Maury, nobody says Super NES. I say Super NES. But I've trained myself out of it. You played a lot of Stingray trying to get a GP win. After like a month, you decided to play some Fox and started getting wins pretty frequently and then got a GP win after like a week. Dang, that is impressive. Many have called it the Get Kim to Like Me simulator, and yes, fairly accurate. I can't imagine playing the game to not make Kim like you. Like, I just wouldn't be able to stand it. Also, I'm gonna pop into the King League at 5:50 in 20 seconds. I'm not part of the F099 Discord, but is there a Discord? Is that... because I see a lot of people with FCD appended to the front of their names, which has made me wonder, is there a Discord where people are, I guess, racing together? But I've been too shy to investigate further. You know, Super NES is a fantastic name, I agree. And I'm going to be the Fox. If I explode... well, don't say I didn't warn you. Oh, it's part of the Tetris 99 Discord. You know, that makes sense, though. Might as well clump up the 99s together, right? Still a little sad I never got around to trying Mario 35. Fake Mario fan, Maury. Sorry, I love that name. Oh, Ben. Zentember's here. Wonderful. You've been wanting to replay the game to try and absorb as much content as you possibly could from it to really solidify your thoughts on it. But parts of it really moved you more than you thought it would. I agree. It does... there is a lot in that game that just made me feel some kind of way, even in a subtle way, like the apartment blocks or the fishing village. Just walking around in those areas just instilled this great feeling of melancholy. I think part of that, not only in the game's skill for writing, but the music as well. And now I gotta ask, and I get you can't respond right away because you're racing, but if it's part of the Tetris 99 Discord, are you also good at Tetris 99? I haven't tried it in a very long time. I played a little bit when it came out initially. I've gotten into the top 10 like once, and that was, I think, peak for me. I am not great at Tetris. I am very mediocre at Tetris. I can manage Tetris up until a point, but I can't plan what I'm doing. Same with Puyo. I like watching high level in Tetris Puyo play. It's fascinating to watch. For those of you, if you've never seen high level Tetris play, if you look up like past GDQs have had showcases for Tetris the Grandmaster, which has a lot of unique challenges in there. Like things like playing at max drop speed, instant lock, where the pieces are all invisible. Or I've seen someone complete a challenge in Tetris 99 where the goal is to make a greater than symbol in the stack, which is preposterously difficult because, you know, you need to plan where you're going to put all your blocks and how to make the holes you need to make the symbol. Why did I roll into that? Why did I hit that bump? Yeah, I really need to play the fox more aggressively. I'm holding back way too much. It's like, no, this is the maniac vehicle, Mori. Just let loose. Just slam that accelerator. Oh, there was recently a Mario RPG theme release for Tetris 99. I heard about that. With all the battle themes and all that. That's cute. Oh, that's right. You've also been playing Disco Elysium, Claire. Yeah, I want to hear more. I've mentioned on Twitter too, but I also want to hear your thoughts on it more. If you ever feel up to it. No obligation. Just like, wow, first and second. Suyoi Suyi. Too strong. I murdered 3 people in the last 15 seconds. They were all bumpers. They don't count. No one's blood is on my hands, disappointingly. You murdered someone. Good. Good. Or as Zelda says, good. Something I really enjoy about Disco Elysium is how even when you fail skill checks, it's not always a bad thing, and sometimes passing them is actually the quote-unquote worse outcome. Yeah, that's right, Falcon next to me, it is your choice. Like, this is a very minor thing in Disco Elysium. If you don't want to hear it, plug your ears for the next 30 seconds. There's a bit where a couple of older gentlemen are playing petanque. And it's just a game where you throw like heavy iron balls at a target, basically. And you can have your character try and throw a petanque ball. But if you pass the check to throw the ball, you actually throw it like a shot put into the ocean. You're too strong, and they get mad at you for it. If you fail the check, you do a perfect petanque throw, and they're impressed, although your character is kind of disappointed in themselves. Anyway, that's it. Hello, Zen Timber, and crush me. Don't shove me, please. But one thing I don't miss from not playing the Fox is how paper thin it is. You get just pinballed everywhere. This vehicle has no staying power. Which makes it difficult to navigate Baby Park 2. Oh, great. Oh, that was boneheaded. Okay. Just don't explode, Mari. Please? Please? Okay. Well, it's fine. I'm gonna spectate. Alright, I'm a lucky bumper. Heck yeah. Where is everyone so I can get in their way? Come on. Oh, there goes Crush Me. Whoopsie, no. Oh, we know. Wow, am I just like swerving and missing everyone? I'm trying to swerve into them and they're metagaming me and they're swerving in the opposite direction. Oh well. If you've never seen a lucky bumper before, there is Crush Me. Where is Zen Timber? Okay, good, they're still in it. I'm gonna spectate you all for the next race, so. Avenge me. Some good jukes. Oh, Ben. Oh. It's almost surprising to see people rank out on this track, because usually it's people crash out. Baby Park 2 is tough. Thank you. Please avenge. Sometimes you do the AFK fake out as a bumper. That's good. I've definitely seen someone do that before, where like they're just driving in a straight line. And I think, oh, they've stepped away. But then they swoosh at you. You barely boosted, had to rely on back bumps. I mean, not boosting as much with the Fox in Baby Park 2 is probably safe because of the pinballing. And for those of you who have not played this for yourselves, okay, here's, oh, Zentember, no, there we go. It is windy on Baby Park 1 and 2 on Deathwind, so you are actually getting shoved. Which I don't know if it's obvious if you're just watching. I think the visual effect for the wind was added in F-Zero 99. I don't think the Super Nintendo version has the visual effect. Oh, and there's Crush Me. Like, I want you both to win. I don't know where my loyalties lie. Well, we can enjoy this nice music. And also I can maybe talk a little more about Disco Elysium, since I'm not as focused on this. Best to think of all the prompts as things you'd say in a D&D campaign instead of it being a game. And Disco Elysium is also fun in that you can't really be moderate in it. And the game will even make fun of you if you try to be. Like, no, you make your protagonist do wacky things. Oh, I gotta creep on Crush Me now, they're in the lead. Like, I believe the developers have said that one of the reasons that they made the protagonist a police detective is that his rank and authority give him more leeway to do weird stuff in the eyes of other people. Hello, Final Cat. Let me hydrate. Thank you. One sec. Thank you. I needed that hydrate. If you didn't have the visual effect in the original, you'd have assumed your controller was broken. Like the sewer level in Donkey Kong Country 3, you mean the one that reverses your controls? Wow, I love all the gimmick levels in that game. You know what, if I ever do a charity stream again, that'll be a redeem or reward is... Or I know I've seen people do like channel points things where you can put your channel points towards a goal. Stream Donkey Kong Country 3. Oh, those red bumps. See, there's an FCD. It makes me wonder if they're on the Discord. Or if they're in cahoots some other way. Ganbatte! Ganbatte! It's a very excellent second place. And an excellent fifth from Crush Me. I might, I was gonna hydrate. No, I might spectate them for one more race. I hope you two don't mind. Plus, this game has good music, and also I can talk to people in chat a little more without being too distracted. You should not be alive, but you are. Drumstick. They were my rival the other day. Drumstick, if you ever see this, I need to know. Is your name a reference to the drumstick from Diddy Kong Racing? If so, much respect. If it is not, I still respect you as a good rival. Okay, we gotta bring down Thayan, FCD Thayan, they gotta go. Thayan, if you ever see this, I doubt it, but you know, if you ever see this, nothing personal. But Crush Me and Zentember are here. Or the ice cream drumstick, that too. I completely forgot about those. I mean, it is in your name. Jumanji 89. When did Jumanji come out? Ugh. Where are they? Where are they? I'll probably stop spectating after this and just do a regular race, just so I'm not watching other people the whole time. There we go. But that should give them enough chance to finish Firefield Firefield sucks. It's so long. It's tough. Movie was 1995. There, you know, now that you mention it, yeah, Jumanji was based on a book. But like, if you would ask me that, I wouldn't be able to tell you because I completely forgot that fact existed. You will forever preach the virtues of Donkey Kong Land 3. I need to play that too. The level themes without the gimmicks. And, it's not that a gimmick in a level makes it bad. I mean, Mario Wonder, every level had its own little gimmick from the Wonder Flower, but it worked. Nothing felt miserable or tedious like some of the ones in Donkey Kong Country 3. Part of it, I think, is that the gimmicks are better designed. Part of it, I think, is that they're also largely tethered to the Wonder Flowers, so they're optional and they don't take the whole level. But also, generally, they're just more enjoyable gimmicks. Versus, does anyone like Lightning Lookout? Does anyone enjoy that level? I don't think anyone does. I've never... Not that I'm on the cusp of Donkey Kong Country 3 fandom. But hang on, I need to change my view so I can better see them from behind. Seeing from the front is cool too, but it's easier to pick up their tech this way. Yeah, an elephant getting scared at a mouse is not fun. Go, crush me, go! Yeah, Donkey Kong Country 3, that might be it. Having gimmicks for the sake of gimmicks. That they didn't feel like thoughtful additions necessarily. It's like, okay, we need something special for this level. We need another gimmick. And they don't always work. Nicely done. 3rd place and 1st place. Omerito. Man, just that 99 plus wins is terrifyingly powerful. I need to play more. Dang that Thayan. You're so close. I know you can beat them. Please let me know how it goes. Can't believe I crashed out in Baby Park 2, except yes I can. Yeah, please delete them in Firefield. For me. You got greedy and tried to make a risky play. I mean, that big jump. Guaranteed second if you just stay behind Zen. What you gotta do is trade off one another like you're drafting. Like you're doing the Tour de France. I'm gonna do a regular race while they do Firefield. Dumpling, that's such a cute name. Poop? That's not a cute name. Oh. I just got distracted by Dumpling. That's the name of my Clodsire. Dumpling. Tuba Man, 2 left arm. Might be hard to drive with. Crash Bandicoot 3 had the same problem. Very few normal levels. Are there any gimmicky levels in Donkey Kong Country 3 that you feel are good? Or like maybe would be good with a little more refinement? Like, for instance, I really enjoy the coaster levels in 2. I like that they sort of reward precision and for going really quickly. They just feel good when you nail it. I know 3 had at least one level that you were on. It was like in the tunnel and you're on a sled with skis and you can hop up and grab rails on the top of the tunnel too. I don't remember what that level's called, but I think that's the only one with the sled in the tunnels gimmick. Like that's not a bad gimmick. I don't remember if the level itself was fun. Or if it was plagued by like it's just too hard to see what's going on. Which is partially why I don't love the cart levels in the first Donkey Kong Country. Well, I think finding it hard to see and also the collision detection in the first Donkey Kong Country, you always feel like you just barely don't make the jump sometimes, you know? The level where a saw is chasing you in a tree is cool, except it's just an auto-scroller and you can't outrun the saw, yeah. So I should use the Cyber Fox. Whatever. What is that one called? It's on the tip of my tongue. Like, it kind of feels like an alternate take on Toxic Tower from Donkey Kong Country 2. Or Slime Climb. Toxic Tower, you can outrun the sludge, though. Slime Climb, I think it automatically will catch up with you at some point. I don't remember. Is it Ripsaw something? Ripsaw Rage, maybe? What the 1 and 3 is called? May or may not be able to tell. I do not know Donkey Kong Country 3 nearly as well as 2. Because I just don't like it nearly as much. And also I never owned it. I never owned 3. Ooh, if I could get a Skyway before the end, that would be peachy keen. Ooh, there's corn pops. I gotta remember how to drive like a maniac. Almost. Okay, go. And I missed the zip. It is indeed Ripsaw Rage. Cool. But climbing the rope at the burning tip is a different level than 3. That one also sucks, though, now that I think about it. What was that one called? Woohoo. The Slime Climb is 1 and 2, where you're on a ship's rigging and the water is slowly rising, and there's one of those piranha... I was gonna say piranha plants. No, just piranhas. Fish in there. That will bite you real quick if you fall in the water. So you have to keep outrunning it. Also, I'm gonna stall a little. So hopefully Please Crush Me and Zentember can finish Fire Field. Green van, why are you not in a green van? Maybe they're colorblind. And 53, their name is Red Rose. Also not the right color. Maybe they're also colorblind. Racer X, wasn't that Speed Racer? I've never seen the Wachowski sisters take on Speed Racer, but I should at some point. You finished? Oh, and Crush got a KO first lap. Well done. What did you place? Thayan, Zen, and Crush. Ugh. Well, I respect Thayan too. Very powerful, but dang. A staunch defender of Donkey Kong Country 3, but even you can admit some of the gimmicks present in the levels are too much. Feels like the game has too much emphasis on urgency or pushing the player past their comfort pace for the hell of it. You know what? I think you might be onto something, because there are a lot of levels that encourage you to just go. Like, not just Ripsaw Rage, but the Riverside Race one, the one where you're stuck as Ellie getting scared at mice, Lightning Lookout. Yeah, there's several of them, actually. Even the ones where you're being shot at by a bazooka, like, you can't stop, you gotta keep going. Second and third for you, that is extremely impressive for the King League. I think my King League best is still 5th overall. And does it say in the workshop? I gotta look. I can't remember. Let's see, oh yeah, no, 4th overall. Okay, 4th overall, so getting there. Oh, 14th overall with the Fox, huh? Someday. I think that's still pretty good overall. I got a couple first places in there and some seconds. I'm working on it. Okay. I think I'm going to stream for not too much longer. I think I'll stick around for the Frozen Night League, and then I'm going to stop. But I'm going to do a classic race, because I like classic at 4:15, not for the meme, 4:15. Lots of auto-scrollers, lots of races, lots of urging towards a certain pace rather than a preferred pace. And I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. In that, yeah, that sense of urgency, not really letting the player, I guess, appreciate what's going on around them. I can't quite articulate it. But there are a lot of levels like that now that you mention it. Or the one where you're trying to outrun the rope that's on fire that I can't think of the name. Zentember! Hello? Pickle Car! Are they gonna deliver us some pickles? I like pickles. I mean, I don't go out of my way for pickles, but I like them. Yeah, I don't think Donkey Kong Country 3 is a bad game. I mean, the whole series has its ups and downs. I think 2 is still one of my favorite games ever. But they're still solid. In a lot of ways, I think 1 is probably the roughest of the 3. You know, because it's the first one. It doesn't have a lot of features. It doesn't have the gimmick levels, but also things like the collision and whatnot are a little wonkier. Yeah, I guess one could argue one is a little dull too. And I think, as much as I rag on some of the gimmick levels in 3, there's definitely some levels in 1 that just, ugh, I don't like. Like a lot of the treetop stages with the barrel cannons. It's interesting that they kind of eased up on the barrel cannons in Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3 after how prevalent they were in 1. Like just courses that were based around using barrel cannons a lot. Which I think is good. I like the platforming a little better than the barrel cannons. Yeah, I know. Okay, you get a rough start with the Stingray, it gets a little hard to recover. Okay? Okay. I'm making excuses for myself. I'm making excuses for myself. I'm gonna get beaten by Wii Sports. No. You will not take me to Wuku Island. I refuse. There we go. Yeah, hit the wall, hit the wall. Whoop. Man, I love Pickle Car. It's one of my favorite names I've seen today. Delivering fresh pickles to all the racers. Gotta stay hydrated. I've heard pickles are a polarizing food for some people. I can see why. They can be quite strongly flavored. But I like that little hint of acidity. Like, again, I don't go out of my way for it. But I don't mind, like, pickles on a burger. I don't know about other pickled things, though. Like, pickled eggs. Now, granted, I've never tried them. I don't know if I'd be brave enough to... Well, I'd try one if you put it in front of me. I'd have to know. But something about pickled eggs. And I know my paternal grandfather and also my brother like pickled herring. Never tried that. Sand Ocean is a great track. You have good taste, Crush Me. Just the curves, no jumps or zippers, alright? It's the focus on technical driving. That's what makes it so good. Marinated eggs and soy are pretty good. I've heard about that. I've heard that's tasty. Oh, he crashed out, or he ranked out, I'm sorry. Sorry, Tetris AJ. Okay, one more classic, I think. Do we have time? Okay, 10 seconds. Classic race, Frozen Night League, and then I'm gonna call it a stream. Hang on, I was gonna read chat, like, no more, focus on the time. There we go. You were the same. You would go Donkey Kong Country 2, then 3, then the original. Yeah, I think that's a good assessment. I have played through 1 more recently than 3, though. Pickle Car! Yeah, they brought the barrel courses back in 64. Oh, yeah. I remember watching you stream 64 with the Donkey Kong's barrel courses in first person. Having to listen to him go, "Ugh," every time you fire a barrel. Wow, I can't believe that person has 8,000 hips. TK64 win. You know, here's me hemming and hawing about, like, do I want to stream Earthbound? It would be a long one. And then I think about Donkey Kong 64, and then I think, no, that Earthbound is a good long. Donkey Kong 64 is... Ugh. Seeing Endora's stream it a ways back reminded me, I don't like any of the mini-games in Donkey Kong 64. They're all bad. Or at least they all range from, like, tolerable to, get me off this ride. Welcome to bonus stage. Nobody needs that. And then the music. Yeah, I don't... Nah. And you know what? It feels bad because, you know, it's Grant Kirkhope, and I love Grant Kirkhope's music normally. But even Grant Kirkhope can't save the bonus stages from being miserable. I wonder if Donkey Kong 64 just would have left a different impression in my mind if David Wise had done the music instead of Kirkhope. Oh no, 8,000 hips crashed out, or ranked out, I guess. Like, maybe part of the reason Donkey Kong 64 feels like a black sheep, aside from the collectathon. Goodbye person. Aside from the collectathon aspect, which was absent, sort of, in other games in the series, is just the music feels very Banjo-Kazooie, because it was done great by Grant Kirkhope, who did Banjo-Kazooie. And it's a very different vibe than David Wise's compositions, which tend to be a little more ambient, electronic. I'm trying to think of a good way to describe them, but like they definitely have a different feel than Grant Kirkhope. Quest 64 when? Now there's a game. Mitch, no! Were they the one that exploded? Mitch, no! You know what? I have a soft spot in my heart for Quest 64. Believe it or not. Now, would I play it? No. I rented it forever ago. Because, you know, the N64 had almost no RPGs, and I was curious about it. And no, it's not a good game. Also, I'm gonna pop into this at 620. But what fascinates me about Quest 64 is all the ideas that they had for it that they weren't able to implement. Like, reading about it, it was supposed to have a party system. You know, there was supposed to be more in-depth narrative. And, like, the final area in the game, which I've only seen through a Let's Play. I'm not gonna go through Quest 64 myself. It's not very interesting to play. Like, it's a cool area at the end of the game. And Quest 64 feels like it would be cool if that got, I don't know, a remake or something. Just so you could finally see the vision they were going for. Everyone hated it, your friend let you borrow it, and you were like, this ain't so bad. I don't think it's a bad game, but it's not very interesting. Again, there's a lot of just big open areas. There's not really any NPCs to talk to. Like, there's not even any currency in the game. There's no shops. So items you just find or are given to you. And you have to go exploring to find the spirits which power up your magic. But at the same time, like, the fields are so empty. And I remember where I stopped playing was like an ice dungeon. Oh, Zentember. Oh, Demon Louie. I've seen them a lot too. Every time I see their name, I think about Louie from Pikmin, which I don't know is what they're going for, but that's what I imagine every time. Louie's a bit of a demon, I think. Yeah, this icy dungeon in Quest 64. The game also has no map and no compass. And it's really easy when you get dragged into battle, because there's no separate screen for battle. Combat just happens. Enemies just pop up. And it happens on the field. It's really easy to get turned around. And in this big, featureless, winding maze-like dungeon. I think that was, I mean, I rented it, granted, but I think that's where I stopped. And I'm like, nah. But again, having seen the game through the eyes of a Let's Play, and reading about it and seeing, they had a lot of interesting ideas for this game that they weren't able to bring to fruition. I wish I could see it. And I kind of like the protagonist, Brian's design. I like his little quail's bob, his little ahoge, that little strand of hair sticking at the top of his head. You know, it's a cute enough design. My 64 remake mine. If it's actually Louie in that car, I must explode. Yeah, I know your crimes, Louie. Louie Pikmin 2. If you're not familiar with Pikmin beyond, like, the periphery, oh, Louie has done some things. What did I boost? Never mind. Jell, oh no. That was really bad. Ooh. Oh, never mind. I didn't even see who I got. But I will take it. Cool. Dang. Oh ho, oh ho, oh ho, oh ho, oh ho. Yatta! I won on stream, wow! And I still don't get the fancy stingray for winning a race because it wasn't in the standalone 99 mode. RIP. Thank you! Oh, thank you very much! Wow. Now I have 13. I mean, which is, granted, still nothing compared to you and Zentember's incredible 99 plus, but... War. Thank you! That feels really good. Also, that's a good wiggle. Nicely done, Zentember. Now I'm gonna crash out in the next race, just wait for it. You don't have enough tickets for a Grand Prix, oh no. You can tell I've kind of been sitting on them a lot. Partially, trying not to play as much because of my wrists. But also, you get a lot, I feel, from playing Classic Mode. I got a lot from playing Classic Mode. I like Classic Mode. Visions is good people, I agree. They know how to appreciate a good color grave game. Play Curse Crackers. I'm not a shill, I just really liked it. I need a power glove, you're right. I'm not bad enough. I gotta be so bad. Has anyone actually seen The Wizard, like the movie that's basically just a big commercial for Mario 3? I don't think I could handle the second-hand embarrassment. I think it would destroy me on the spot. Like, I remember every time I would see video games get mentioned by popular media, it would always be really inaccurate. It would drive me crazy. And I feel like seeing the I'm sure there's inaccuracies even in the Mario 3 commercial, the Power Glove commercial. Just because I'm sure they want to make it accessible for non-Nintendo audiences. And I'm sure they probably have to fudge some details to make it seem cooler. I'm thinking about, so in the show Game Center CX I've talked about before, one of the side corners they do, aside from the host playing retro games, one of the corners is called Famicom Manga Cafe, where the host Audino will read manga in a little coffee shop that was written about, like, characters playing NES games, or Famicom games. And it's just, wild, like, these were, like, from, like, the late 80s, where video games were still fairly in their infancy. And they're trying to make these cool, oh, I didn't want to use that there, I was hoping you wouldn't charge right away. Trying to make, like, these cool, engaging, action-packed stories about characters playing, the Famicom. But then they do things like, oh, the characters are in these big tournaments and they can go inside the game, and the only one I really remember is one of the manga he read was the main character was raised by a wolf, and his wolf, nice recovery from the bumper hit September, his wolf mom shows up during this competition where he's playing Famicom games inside the game. Your mind makes it real, I don't know what it is, and his wolf mom shows up and then does something and then dies dramatically. No, I don't remember what this manga was called. But I'm pretty sure the show implied that it got canceled before its storyline came to fruition. Or at least it didn't finish getting published, so eh. You're right. It's not a commercial for Mario 3. It's a commercial for the NES. How am I still in the lead? I'll take it. Yeah, if your wolf mom dies in the game, she dies in real life. In the Siskel and Ebert review of it, Ebert mentions that he's barely ever played games, but he's able to recognize the inaccuracies. Woof. It's just bad, huh? Not even like so bad, not even fun bad, just bad. I wish it could at least be fun bad. The secondhand embarrassment would still obliterate me, but at least somebody would have fun with it. My dad's told me that he and my mom used to, they had like a little game between them where sometimes they would go to the movie store and like try and rent the most entertainingly bad movie possible. I believe my dad has said the winning one was one my mom had rented called The Headless Eye, which I believe he said there's a bit where characters are like just standing waiting for the elevator and nothing happens for several minutes, maybe because they need to pad out the runtime. But I don't know, does anyone here, do you like watching like entertainingly bad movies? Like the sort that are made in earnest. I don't mean like the snakes on a plane sort of, hey, we're gonna do this for the meme. But I mean someone genuinely tried, like Plan 9 from Outer Space sort of, someone wanted to make a good movie and just didn't have the chops for it, bless their heart. Or like there's just some like special effects or writing failure, something that makes it not work out. I'm not much of a movie person to begin with, so I feel like the charm would be lost on me. Scary bumper. Hello, Zentember. I'm waving politely from back here. Oh boy, oh, I should have boosted sooner. Sometimes I think to myself, I'm gonna keep some health in reserve in case of a bumper collision. No, I should have just gone for it. Okay, don't go ham, don't go ham, don't go ham. A little more health back. Don't drive too crazy. We can do this again. We can do this again. Okay. Don't hit the bumps. Don't hit the bumps. Hitting the bumps. We are hitting that bump. Oh, Wait, you just have to make this big wall of bumpers, huh? 2? Butatsu! Nico, I won! Yay! Wahoo! Thank you! Thank you! Oh, I can't believe I won twice on stream. That's wild. Nicely done, Zemtember. That was intense, huh? That big wall of bumps at the end. You use MST3K and Red Letter Media as substitutions for having friends to watch bad movies with. I've heard of Red Letter Media, but I've never seen anything they've done. It's the end of a end of 2023 tweet. I get to win 2 Oasis. Ugh. Thank you. What? It's a tweet. I'm trying. I would not enjoy it, huh? They're probably a little too... Thank you. Are they too... Is their humor too blue? Are they just too angry about it? It's like why I've never watched the Angry Video Game Nerd, the Nostalgia Critic thing, because I don't like the rage. Even if it's all, like, put upon for show, which I'm, like, 90% sure it is. Or at least exaggerated. For comedic effect. I feel like I don't know, it would make me uncomfortable. I don't like seeing people get mad at stuff, you know? Red Letter Media is very sardonic, dark. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I think what would really put me off something is if their humor is too blue. As you may or may not have gathered from watching me, I'm not a fan of blue humor. I'm not saying, again, it's bad. It's just not my thing. I find it gets a little uncomfortable, especially if, like, someone makes a lot of, like, crass blue jokes, like, every once in a while. But I should probably pay attention a little more and not look at chat too much. Be a real shame if I won 2 races and then I ranked out in Baby Park. I still maintain the music here should speed up every lap, just like real Baby Park. Maybe this is real Baby Park. I mean, F-Zero came first. Maybe I should be calling Baby Park Deathwood. It's just the zip. You can get the zip. Actually, you know what? It just occurred to me. Anyone here who plays F-Zero 99, so you don't have to be racing right now, but just in general, what do you call these yellow things? As you can tell, I call them zippers. Which I think might be from Super Mario Kart, because I think the manual in that game called them zippers. Zentember, did you win? Congratulations! Not angry, the angry video game nerd was, huh? Congratulations on the win. The game, I know it says 99 plus on your pilot card. It doesn't tell you your total number of victories anymore, does it? I guess if you went to your records and you manually counted. Oh, we're tied. Oh boy, no pressure. Oh great, silence. Well, nice knowing you all. Also, where are my manners? Drag, hello. I gotta pay more attention. If there is a name you prefer to be called, please let me know. I like that name, Lord Martin. That's fun, just like appending a fancy title to your name. You know, I could be Dr. Mori. Well, I mean, my display name is Moriarty. Perhaps the professor is implied. I guess just in case it's not obvious if you're not aware of the reference. You know, I race under Moriarty because I am Miss Mori, but also it's a nod to Sherlock Holmes's nemesis, Moriarty. Of course, my nemesis is, well, it's red bumpers, but right now it might be that mine I just hit. Very good, very good. What I would really like is for one of those gold bumpers to descend and grant me with some corn pops. I'll take those. So maybe I can get a skyway going into the last lap. Oh boy, that's scary. That's scary. I have hit bumpers in midair before and then gone sailing off the track, so... It's okay, I've almost got a skyway. Maybe we'll be okay. Oh, will I get a skyway in time? No, that I don't know. That I don't know. I'm gonna say probably. Good job, Demon Louie. Did I beat Zentember? I don't know. I think either me or Zentember, maybe. Oh, I beat them. I'm making you want corn pops. I'm sorry. I'm not sponsored by Kellogg's. I don't remember the last time I've had a corn pop. Actually, I don't recall how close Demon Louie was to me in points, so... It's gonna be close. I like seeing people review things they like, too. It makes me happy. You know, I like celebrating joy. Like, that's why I try and be positive on stream. I did it! I won the Night League! Yay! Wow! I did it! Hooray! I don't know why I took a screenshot. I'm streaming, but you know what I mean. Wow, and congratulations, Zentember. Extremely impressive. Wowee. Woohoo! I did it! Yay! Finally, only by 2 points. Wowee! Thank you, Crush Me. Wow! Oh, that's really exciting. I finally did it. And with only 3 KOs, I didn't need that much bloodlust, huh? I think that's a good note to end on, huh? I did it. That's really exciting. Thank you so much, everyone. I do get a new car. I didn't even think about that. Heck yeah. Yes. Yes. Wow. That's so cool. I completely forgot about the new car. I was so elated. See, look at this. I still don't have this. I don't have that for any vehicle except the goose. I'm not even a goose main. I just got it. Like same with the Falcons, Sparkly Falcon. I don't have this because you have to win in a standalone 99 race. You know, if you win anything here doesn't count. It's got to be here. Anyway, I'm gonna stop stream for now. Thank you so much, everyone. It was such a treat. I really appreciate getting a race with folks too. It was really nice to meet you. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Please have a happy new year, a safe and happy new year. Bon ani, akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Man, I knew how to say it in German and I've forgotten. Wasuremashita. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will catch you in the new year. Bye-bye.